Welcome to Trump for President 2020 YouTube channel, where we discuss all things Trump and how in this election year he makes progress towards another presidential term. Californian-born Michael Avenatti, whose 49th birthday is tomorrow, was a U.S. attorney representing various celebrity defendants and who has filed multiple lawsuits against a number of Fortune 100 companies. He rose to fame or notoriety representing adult film actress Stormy Daniels in her lawsuits against President Donald Trump in 2018 in an attempt to void a non-disclosure agreement she had signed. Avenatti also represented Daniels in a related defamation suit against the president. In September 2018, Avenatti introduced also a written declaration accusing then nominee to the U.S. Supreme Court, Brett Kavanaugh, of spiking drinks at parties for the purpose of allowing girls to be gang raped when he was in high school. The accuser later repudiated the declaration in an interview with NBC News, claiming Avenatti had misrepresented her allegations. However, from early 2019, events turned south for Michael Avenatti. In March of that year, he was indicted in California and New York on multiple federal counts, including tax evasion, extortion, fraud, and embezzlement. In June 2019, the State Bar of California filed a proceeding to involuntarily enroll Avenatti as an inactive attorney, in effect, to suspend him from practicing law in California. Now, Avenatti had denied all charges against him. But yesterday, February the 14th, Avenatti was convicted of all charges against him in Manhattan Federal Court, New York. Avenatti is currently held in New York's Metropolitan Correctional Center while he awaits sentences for his extortion conviction in this New York case. He faces potentially more than 40 years in prison. You see, while representing Stormy Daniels, Avenatti became a household name, being constantly interviewed on most of American mainstream media. He was seen as the man who could bring Trump down and was credited with providing evidence which eventually led to the imprisonment of Trump's former personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. Avenatti was so famous at this stage, he even toyed with the idea of representing the Democrat Party for president in the 2020 elections. However, he has now been charged and convicted for threatening to expose allegations that amateur basketball players were engaged in bribery unless the company Nike paid him off. He was charged with honest services wire fraud, attempted extortion, and transmission of interstate communications with intent to extort. Now, if this wasn't enough, Avenatti is set to be tried in 2 other criminal cases in federal court on charges that he defrauded multiple clients and stole millions of dollars. In one case, he's been charged with taking over $295,000 from Stormy Daniels' book advance and using the money for personal expenses. In an earlier interview, while awaiting trial, Avenatti admitted to being, quote, nervous, concerned, and scared, unquote, and he certainly had good reason to be. His major defense was that he was acting on behalf of his client, and that he was an aggressive attorney in that role. But he has been found guilty, really, of fighting for himself and his own personal enrichment. He proposes to appeal, but we suspect, in view of the evidence Nike has presented, including tape recordings, he is unlikely to be successful. If all future charges and indictments are successful against him, he could theoretically face up to 100 years in jail. Now, realistically, 100 years won't happen, but he will no doubt spend the majority or a large minority of his remaining life behind bars. Not a great birthday present for a man whom Tucker Carlson from Fox News nicknamed the creepy porn lawyer. What do you think? Do share your thoughts. We sincerely hope that you will continue to enjoy our videos, and if so, you can show your appreciation by subscribing and pressing the bell sign and giving us a thumbs up and occasional comment. In addition, if your budget allows and you shop online, we've provided certain product links below which may be of benefit and use to you. By using those links, we will receive a small commission, which will help enable us to provide and produce more and better videos in the future. Thank you again for listening.